Hello Libra, and welcome to your reading, September already. So, I meditated on your cards and laid down the first layer of cards like usual. The first row, which is what Spirit wants to talk about. I got the Princess of Pentacle. So, that can be someone bringing you an offer, something tangible, something, a project or something like that. But there's a lot of conflict with it. Not all minds are aligned with where that pentacle can, what that pentacle can become, or what's the path of that pentacle, or whatever. But there's a Five of Wands there. After that, these cards kind of flew out together. I have a King of Pentacle. So you could be dealing with an earth sign. You could be dealing with someone that is a businessman. That can be a boss. But that usually is somebody that's pretty stable. And that can represent you also in business. I have the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, and the Two of Cups. So, with the Empress here, your feminine side is being very strongly represented with the Wheel of Fortune also. That's the energy of being very grounded, understanding, making the events turn. The Wheel of Fortune of abundance turn. Abundance there again with the Empress, creativity, making things appear. And with the Two of Cups, that can be that if this is a venture with somebody else, it doesn't have to be love. It could be a business partner, it could be co-workers, friends, whatever. But there's that mirroring effect where the other will share and will bring emotionally as much as you are, and truly sharing one's vision. So we're going from conflict to this by someone, and I think that's you, being so grounded and in your power, readjusting what was conflicted before. How it shows up in your month of September. The three first cards I have is the Two of Wands. So there is a decision of crossing a threshold. Am I going with it there with the wand and the globe on it, or do I stay where I am? That's why it's a threshold. There's this Ace of Wands that arrived, could be here represented by the Page of Pentacle, and so I'm deciding if I'm going with it or not. But there you are, Queen of Swords. You're experienced. You see through bullshit. That's the no bullshit queen. That's having transformed our past experiences into wisdom and seeing clearly what is in front of us. And what you see is this. And another distortion card kind of way. This is something that there might be things happening behind the scene, and maybe that's why there's conflict about this. It's not a smooth sailing. You feel your nose, your intuition, your higher self, clear mental, wise self will see something in this. Here I have the King of Wands under the conflict. So maybe it's a fire sign that brings the conflict. Or the King of Wands is a businessman also, a bit like the King of Pentacle. Except he would be more of an entrepreneur, taking risks and things like that. So we'll clarify, but this fire sign here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, might have to do something with the conflict because he's right under the Five of Wands. And you, Queen of Swords, looking at this with the filter of seeing a Seven of Swords in there. after all that leveling up, because you are so wise and creative and seeing clearly into things, the wheel of fortune changes, and I have the Six of Pentacles. So there is a rebalancing of things. There is even Steven of things. So that means what would be put in would we would get back equally. Giving from a rich place, not sacrificing, understanding the give and take, the balance into the give and take. Under here, what I have under this is another king, King of Cups, with the Nine of Wands. So there's that experienced person that did go through war and now is all geared up and armored, emotionally armored, with the King of Cups. So the Queen of Swords that looks at things with this discernment and wisdom, and you are guard from the experiences that you had in the past, knowing very well how you feel and your emotions in there. Page of Swords, you're going to speak about it. You're going to communicate it. There's a truth, there's a communication. And then we have moves and movement forward. Eight of Wands. Bang, bang, bang. Things are happening. So it's like if something comes in, you're on your guard. You see the crookedness of it. You express it. You take charge of it. Maybe you're the King of Wands also, taking charge of that Five of Wands, that conflict of where maybe things were not so up and up there. And you're totally taking charge, bringing the balance of the Six of Pentacles, and then things move forward. So, let's see what it is. I'm going to call upon the divine. I'm going to call upon my guides, the light, the Holy Spirit. Come and help me clarify this reading for Libra for September. Libra September. Spirit. Okay. Princess of Pentacles, what is that thing? What is that communication of something solid being brought to you? An opportunity. What is it, Spirit? What is it? Libra. Seven of Wands. So it's brought to you, but it's like not grounded. It's flu, you know? It's in the clouds. It's like even if pentacles are solid, this has so many possibilities. It could go crazy or it could go wonderful. It is not a sure thing, grounded thing. And it puts you in your head also. Five of Wands, what's that conflict? So it's like an offer, but you don't have all the information about it. It's still in the clouds, like a project, you know. Hey, we could do that. Judgment. It could be something, a project from the past that comes back, yes, because of judgment, but also you're going to put a judgment on this because this is you version 3.0, and the universe is bringing this project to you so that you can put a judgment with your new you, because here there's such a big leveling up. Yeah, I have the Five of Wands again here. Three of Cups, maybe too many cooks there, too many people, or there are people that you don't really appreciate in the group that are going to work on this, if it's a group effort there. But you're going to put a judgment on it. You're going to rise above the conflict and see it clearly. King of Pentacle. Why is the King of Pentacle here? Who's the King of Pentacle? Spirit. For Libra. It can be your masculine side. You're grounded, a stable businessman, masculine side. I have the Nine of Cups. And I have the Sword. So that side of you sees clearly. See, there's that expression. Ace of Swords, seeing clearly after putting a judgment and grounding it, making it so that it's a Nine of Cups, not a Seven of Cups, a Nine of Cups, something that is a wish fulfilled. This is how you visualize it, and this is how it has to be for it to be strong and solid. Wheel of Fortune. If we're talking about a relationship, it could be that the King of Pentacle coming, and he is a wish for you. And it used to be very conflicting situation. Wheel of Fortune. What is the Wheel of Fortune? I have the Four of Cups. So here with the Seven of Cups there, Four of Cups here, what was the Wheel of Fortune is asking you to understand and see is the higher version that this can be. Not what you've seen and known until now. It's coming in with conflict and all of that. You look at it and... But it's asking you, the Wheel of Fortune is turning because you are opening up your mind and seeing that extra cup there. That it can be more than this. It can be a wish fulfilled. It's like, you know, when you receive something that would be the thing of your dreams, but it's not assembled. It's all chaotic. And you have to assemble it. You have to actually create it and make it into what you really want. You know, like if you would have got it from IKEA. The Empress. The Empress. Spirit, show me the Empress for Libra. Funny. I have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, again, that you do see clearly with your Queen of Swords. There it is. And that's why you're in this, because you see this. But with the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune, which are the two major arcanas here, it is asking you to go into your higher self, of your groundedness and your capacity to be inspired and to allow abundance and stand your ground like the King of Pentacle to make the Wheel of Fortune change that situation. Two of Cups. Why is the Two of Cups here? Queen of Sword, Queen of Sword, Seven of Sword, Seven of Sword. You are going to express this. You shall not pass if you bring Seven of Sword to me. Because me, I bring authenticity and wisdom, and I will only accept the same. A Two of Cups is two people that bring the same energy to one another. From Empress. There's a lot of discernment there. There's a lot of groundedness and looking at things from a higher point of view. And like calling out the bullshit that is there. So making that judgment. This is what you're going to do on that project. Like if this is teamwork, you're going to see the heal element in the teamwork. And you're going to call it out. I am not working with that person because of this. Or we are not using that company because of this. Whatever, there's that discernment and that cutting out of what is not to your level. Here, show me the Two of Wands and the Queen of Swords and the yeah, see the Three of Cups again. There's too many cooks. There's somebody in there. It's what is crooked is in the members, the people that are in that team, in that dynamic. The dynamic is crooked because of an element, and you're going to see clearly into it. Okay? Six of Cups. It could be somebody from the past there. What they're bringing from the past. They're bringing an energy of the Seven of Swords. And you know that. You've healed from that. You know you're wiser from this. You've lived that experience in the past, maybe with the same person, or you just recognize the type. King of Wands. Why is the King of Wands there? Okay. King of Wands is the one that is bringing that project. Page of Pentacle. He's the one, fire sign, bringing that project. But at the same time is involved with the conflict and whatever that is happening here. Six of Pentacle. Six of Pentacle for Libra. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, Six of Pentacle. I have the Seven of Pentacle, assessing. Well, you're assessing and you're seeing things differently. You brought your higher intelligence into the situation, assessing how things are invested in all of that. And here I have death, transformation. I have the Sword of Truth, seeing clearly through all that bullshit, and therefore manifesting from a much more powerful place. See that switch that's happening there. It's like if somebody's bringing you something that is, you can feel something in it is not right. It puts you in your head. You're imagining all sorts of outcome with this thing. But then you make a judgment because you rise to your higher self. You've experienced that energy and you're cutting it. This King of Wands that is bringing you that project, you're going to actually transform it because you're bringing your higher self into it. The Sun, it's going to end up to be amazing, but not if you take it as it comes to you like that. You really have to take control of it. King of Pentacle, being full and content with yourself from a strong place, not from a needy place, from a strong place and creative place. Here, King of Cups, Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're geared up, You're geared up because you had sorrow, maybe from a similar energy, or from that person maybe did bring something like that to you before, and it crashed down, and you had to grieve it. So of course now you're guarded when you look at that thing coming back to you. Project, or love, or whatever it applies in your life, you're like, yeah, right, all guarded from your experience because of what happened before in the past there. Princess of Sword. What is the Princess of Sword? I think you're getting clarity and you're gonna speak your truth. Yeah. So I have the King of Pentacle again. See, when you're leveling up and not leveling up, but you're being so strong and guarded. And I think you're gonna speak about everything that is in the moon. I don't know if you can see, it seems to be very, there you go. So you see your masculine side sitting on his throne, being solid, and all of that is actually communicating everything that is hidden in the moon. And by communicating it, that's why you can transform it. You're going to put it to light. And you see here, those two pillars, you're going to walk through there being solid like a King of Pentacles with your sword of truth. And that's why you're going to be able to transform the situation. Because see those two pillars? Here you have the sun behind the moon. And here are those two pillars with the sun and death here. Being able to transform it. Because you've walked that path with your sword of truth. Sitting on the throne like the King of Pentacles. Or if you're dealing with the King of Pentacles, you're speaking to the King of Pentacles and doing this. That's why there's this transformation here. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands, Spirit for Libra. Whoop, up, up, up. Oh, not so bad. All right. So, since you speak your truth, you're exposing everything that is hidden in the moon, what you feel with your Queen of Swords there. Hey, I see a 7 of Swords in there, and this and this and that. I'm being completely honest, therefore I bring my wisdom and I'm going to calmer waters here. This is to clarify all that communication. Because you communicate and you do that, it brings you to calmer waters. You communicate from your intuition, and that is enabling you to build and collaborate, following your intuition from your soul. Here, the High Priestess and the Three of Wands. That's building something, but that's building something that is aligned with your soul. You see the difference? So you're not going to get screwed because you're going to transform it. It's like something arrives not so, a bit flaky. You point it out and you turn that situation by taking control over it. Maybe getting rid of the extra thing that shouldn't be there, and by exposing it. Exposing what is crooked and doesn't work for that thing that the King of Wands is bringing to you. A project, a businessman, a passion, whatever it is that it happens. But this is a revirement, a turnout, completely different from what it happens. So beginning of the month of September and the end of the month of September will be completely different. Some heads will roll, probably. Readjustment being done. You're gonna bust up and say your truth from what you sense, from your past experiences with that. And now it is different and it can be readjusted. And you're gonna have success because you're so strong and wise in expressing yourself from a strong base. So, Libra, wow, this is your reading for the month of September. I would like to thank all of you for the donations for my roof. It's still going on because it's bigger than I thought. And I decided that every 15th of the month and the last day of the month, I'm going to do a special ceremony meditation to give back to you what you have given to me. So if you gave a donation in the first part of the month, on the 15th, open yourself to receive and see the magic of life, because I'm going to do a special ceremony for all the ones that give me something, so you can receive from the universe in what you need. And the same at the end of the month. It's going to be my way to give back to you, and I'm extremely grateful for every donation. And private readings, everything below is, the descriptions are below. And I'm going to wish you love and light, and I'll see you next month. All right?